Hello peeps and welcome back to Project Zomboid with me and Captain. You join us here on the 3rd of July. This is the day after I got attacked by 5 zombies. And I managed to survive, which I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And yeah, so Captain was a little bit bored of this area now. He wanted to move on. But I was a little bit dubious about it because, you know, I'd literally just been attacked. And so I decided, yeah. But before I went, I had to go and get my DVDs because this challenge is to make sure I watch every single DVD before I finish the challenge. So, I don't know why, but home VHSs, yeah, I can't find. And I couldn't find any in Louisville. I just told you the future videos. Anyway, yeah, so I headed over to the DVD shop, and before I installed the new mod, Has Been Read, which I'll add it into the screen in a minute. I had wrote down on a big piece of paper basically every VHS I needed to watch. So where it took me like 5 hours previously in March Ridge, I think it was, it only took me 2 hours in game, which I was really proud about. So yeah, if you do want to have a mod that helps you, which you haven't watched or read, that is a mod that you need to download. Anyway, moving on, I collected all my VHSs and we were set. Well, I wasn't set. I had to go and do some more stuff, but Captain, he was ready. And in fact, I went back to the warehouse. I didn't even realise he'd left, but he'd left me all alone and headed off straight away. But it didn't take me that long to catch up because obviously I had the fast driver and he had the slow driver, so I caught up pretty well. Anyway, so with this, you probably realise that we're not really talking, and that's because I'd literally forgot to record our voices. So we had been talking, but it wasn't recorded. Anyway, so you're going to just have me rambling on today about the gameplay. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. Yeah, so heading inside to gather my stuff. I'm still having the 2 axes for some reason, even though I know it's not good. And I will go back to the fire axe soon. But write in the comments below, do you use 2 axes, and do you use them both? Let me know how you do it, because I don't know. I don't feel like 2 is better than the fire axe, so yeah. I was in a panic because Captain left me. I literally just drove into a lamppost. When I finally caught up with Captain, it was time to have a little stop by at a diner and a gas station. And I think this is where I start trying to use these 2 axes, which don't go well at all. So I do my new technique, and that's getting the nearest car. It's squash time! After mowing down all the zombies in the area, well, that was in front of the cafe, it was time to head into the market to gather some supplies, as we had a bit of a journey to drive the next day. But, as you know, zombies do like to wander in after you've had a little sleep. So here you go, peeps. I'm now trying to get back to my old ways and learning new techniques and, well, using this like fence as a starter. And I've got my axe back. So I'm starting to feel good. I'm starting to feel like, you know, I'm not going to get attacked every time I see a bunch of zombies. But we're getting there, peeps. We're getting there. After all that, and I took out a couple of zombies, someone decided to have a little nibble, as you just saw. So we finally make it into West Point, and the first building we come across is another warehouse. And we think, right, okay, maybe we should settle here, and, you know, this is the main base where we can keep coming back to. But as we've spent a couple of days, well, I'd say a week and a half in 2 warehouses, me and Captain felt like we needed to stay somewhere new. Something different. But we haven't decided that on that just yet. So we thought, right, we're going to go around and start taking off some zombies. And as I was still a little bit curious, you know, after the load of zombies attacking me, I ventured inside where I found another fanny pack, where I don't know if you know this, but you can actually wear 2 fanny packs at the same time. I didn't know it. I found it out. And I thought it was great because I could put all my essentials in one, and then in the other I can have all my first aid, which I was very pleased about. So yeah, me and Captain got our second fanny pack in this place. After setting the vans down and starting to head out to the nearest buildings, I headed over to the nearest storage unit, and I'd left the sledgehammer in the previous town. Totally forgot all about it. Anyway, yeah, so we didn't have that, and I thought, oh well, I can come back and do it, but I never do. So here's me checking out the nearest shops, and because we wanted to head over to like a fire station or police station to get some more guns and weapons. Of course, Captain had to check out the nearest bus because you know his addiction with his buses, which he said it was rubbish and there was no need to keep it. So we decided we're getting the car and we're going to head off into town and see what's about. Looking back at this moment kind of made me laugh because I just realised there was so many zombies. Captain did come over and try and help me, but I was like, so long, I'm gone. As you can see, I took down the security doors to get into the weapons room, and there was quite a few things that we took. Still in a lot of pain after the recent bites. I came out of the police station to find Captain had gone. He'd left me. He was off on his little ventures, which, you know, I don't blame him. But this was my chance to start getting back to the badass character I used to be. And why not start on your own? That was so freaking lucky. I nearly just got bit. But somehow the zombie was not clever and I missed that bite. Anyway, taking out most of the zombies, I met back up with Captain and we decided that the back of this shop is going to be our next base because it had food. It's such a shame you didn't actually hear us talking through this because you won't believe me with this, but I stood at this door and I scared the shit out of Captain really bad. He literally screamed his head off and I was just cacking myself because it was so funny. But you wouldn't believe me, but I did scare Captain proper. After naming our home base as the burger, what's it called? Jigger Mark. Me and Captain was heading off into some of the shops that we hadn't explored yet. And of course, I had to go into the clothes shop where I came out with nothing because none of the clothes that I like. So why don't we have a range of clothing without installing mods? Anyway, enough of my ranting. Yes, so I carried on and I found a cap though to replace my army cap because I'd left it in the other place. Didn't even realise that it fell off my bloody head. And I'd lost my my glasses as well. Captain did have a go at me after smashing into that car because, you know, it was a good vein and we need a vein while we're running around this place. My new mission was to head off and find a bed, as you can see. Totally forgot because it's been a while since I rearranged furniture. And I did the biggest mistake. I dismantled it instead of breaking it down. So, bit of a dumb moment. Captain did save the day. He just thought, sod it, let's just get couches, as that it will do the same job. So we headed back to our home base with our couches, and Captain decided it's time to rearrange the furniture to make it look like a little bit of a home. Was getting a little bit bored watching Captain rearrange the furniture. I came out and saw a van across the road and I thought, and then realised it was connected to a bar and then realised that there was about 30 zombies outside the front and I was no way able to take them out by myself or with my axe. So, you know what I did? I backed myself out of that place and I started heading over to the couple of zombies that were just lounging around the car park. Feeling a little bit brave in myself, I headed off a little bit on the way to a building site where I got bit and I was annoyed at myself, but I carried on, and then I made this zombie jump all the way back because I don't want to waste my energy. Heading into the building site, I was met by the manager of the site, and he went down pretty fast. Heading into the office, there wasn't much there, just the normal, you know, office stuff. There was water though, which I needed because I hadn't had a wash for a couple of days. So yeah, I washed myself and I washed all my clothes. So coming out, I felt very fresh. Jumping back over, heading over to the nearest building, there was a clump of zombies in 2 directions. So I jumped into the nearest car and I started going ham on these zombies. Looking back at the video now, you notice stuff when you don't realise when you're actually playing, which I tell you this, I have been singing this song for the last couple of days.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me, I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
That is definitely a cracking song. I will have it in the description below if you want to check out and see who actually sung it, because obviously I don't own the right to that song. Anyway, yeah, so looking back at the video, I saw that zombie just casually strolling past all these zombies getting mowed down, and it just made me laugh because it just made me feel like the zombie was like, yeah, no, it's not my time to go, so I'm gonna get out of this place. So yeah, moving on, I get into the kitchen area, which we find out we don't know if it's a hotel or it was a elderly home. Probably more towards the hotel. But yeah, there's plenty of sheets in this place, which I gather a couple of them because you gotta cover them windows up. I check out most of the rooms. I block off most of the windows just in case zombies are near. And Captain meets up with me, and we go to sleep for the night. Next morning, as we wake up at 6 a.m. on the 5th, as my bandages were coming down from like 6 bandages to like 2, which is not bad. But yeah, after we wake up, it was time to head over to, and I don't know how long that zombie had been trapped onto that car, but it made me laugh. I was actually laughing right at this moment. Anyway. I wondered there was this weird like zombie sound, but I didn't know where it was coming from. Now I know. He was trapped onto the car all night. Anyway, so as we were going past this building, there was so many zombies. It was like there was the survivor zombies. So we made sure that before we left this place to go to the next town, that was our mission. We had to take down the surviving zombies that were all in that house. Because after we took out most of them around the town, it was nothing compared to all them survivor zombies in that house. There was so many. Anyway. After putting all my essentials down on the floor so Captain can sort it out because he has the organised trait which helps pack things away, I decided to add my own little touches to the sitting area, sleeping area room, and add a little spiffo teddy bear, which I think I'd done a great touch to the place. Obviously we were a bit bored after that, so we headed over to the pharmacy, which was just up the road, and gathered some supplies. Taken down the security door in the pharmacy to find just the normal first aid stuff. I don't understand why you needed a security door, but you know, whatever. Yeah, so we gathered some more stuff and headed back. As I get out of the van, I noticed some more zombies that had trailed over. And then I was like, I feel like it's time. It's time to take that pub out. So, you know what time it is. It's squishy time.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
I hope that made you laugh, peeps, because I was in tears making that. Just that little bit of clip. Anyway, to my surprise, I realised there was an actual gun and ammo shop behind the pub, and I was so excited.
Wait, what?
To find out I can't even enter the building. It was so I had to mark it and head off to somewhere else because there was no way I was getting in there without a sledgehammer. I'd finally made it, peeps. I'd taken down all the zombies. It was time to jump in to the pub. Oh, damn. What have I just done? Well, at least I got the van, though. Why am I going to let these zombies defeat me? I need to go back and take them all out, as I do. But, you know, I had to get in the car.
Round 2, fight!
I felt very satisfied after squashing all them zombies. So it was time to head back because we'd been staying in the Gigamart for a day and I missed my van. I like taking my van everywhere I go, especially places where I'm using as a base. Anyway, so I carried on doing a little bit more squishing because it saves, you know, getting bit. Anyway, so I get my van and I head back to the Gigamart, where Captain has already taken the bus back as well. So, no TV time in this one, sadly, as I wasn't recording my voice. Put in the comments below if you enjoy watching TV time and let me know if you know what series you preferred in Project Zomboid. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the next chapter in West Point. And yeah, if you could like the video, because it will show me so much support as editing these videos, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. Obviously not with the recording though, but don't worry, the next day there will be voice, so you'll be hearing me and Captain talking at the same time. Anyway, I will put in the description the What I've Read mod link to find it if you want to install it yourself, and also I'll put the link in for the Fuck This Shit I'm Out in the description as well. So if you want the sound, you can get it. Anyway, if you're new, please subscribe. Yeah. I'm enjoying this challenge of being a newbie at Project Zomboid, and I'm loving the comments that pro Zomboid players are writing, because it helps me and Captain out big time. And from this point on, we start adding more mods to see what we like, and yeah, we're quite happy about it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here, folks. I just I'm loving the support I'm getting right now, so thank you if you've commented or subscribed. It's made my day. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I keep saying I'm gonna leave it here. I think I've gone mad. I've been editing this video for like 3 hours. Anyway, I'll see you in the next. Bye.